Hello everyone. So quickly, my introduction. My name is Sudha Khandelwal. I am working as Agile coach in Mashruq Bank in Dubai right now, and I have around 17 years of experience in various domains. I worked as Agile coach for last 7-8 years, and before that as Scrum Master and Project Manager and UI developer. So I've started my career in graphics and then moved on to different domains, and then now I'm agile coach. I spent my most of my career in Sapient, Publicis Sapient company, but now I'm in Mashruq Digital, and we are working in a digital transformation project. So welcome, and I quickly start with my presentation here. Today's topic is Obeya Room, a performance booster. So what exactly is Obeya? I'm going to walk you all through from the Obeya Room, and then why it is needed, and how it benefits us in the problem solving or any of the issues which we want to solve. And so this I will take you guys through with this PPT. Let's see. So first of all, what is Obeya? So Obeya is basically a part of visual management, visual indicator. So we have a physical room where we set up that room to solve any problem, or doing a lot of things like strategical solutions we want to achieve, the problems we want to solve, or anything a strategic which we want to solve, and where we want all the stakeholders in one single room, and then we want to solve it. So many people actually use the word war room nowadays, but war room is actually on the team level, and Obeya room is more of a tribe or a little higher level, where all the squads or teams can be put together and help in resolving those problems. So this usually is being used by the leadership and the senior management, or all the POs, or in Scrum, those kind of meetings we can use these the Obeya room. So what is exactly the Obeya room? So Obeya is actually a Japanese word which means a room or a large room, a big room, and that originated it in 90s, basically in exactly in 93. And Toyota used it first time, and it is part of the lean manufacturing. So like I said, that it is a physical space where we try to strategize and plan our project, or plan our OKRs and KPIs for all the different squads. We generate ideas, we can do the design sprint there, we can have collaborative meetings there. So that is the space which we use. I'll show you how, and we can set that up, and how it is going to solve these things. Okay, what is exactly needed in Obeya? So in Obeya, it is basically the visuals. We try to place everything in single room, so that we don't need to go anywhere else, and everything whatever we need to strategize or plan anything, everything should be at one place. So basically it contains graphs, matrices, milestones, program cadence, and dependencies, blockers, actions, risk items, anything which helps us solve any problem. So everything and anything can be put there for that particular goal which we trying to achieve. So on the next one, and what are the benefits of Obeya? So quickly, it actually improves our efficiency. So because all the artifacts, when put together in one room or one place, it actually becomes transparent for the people who doesn't even have the view. Okay, earlier when people are sitting in silos, or a team is in some silos, they are not very much aware of what the other team is doing, unless until they go and check their daily stand up, or they go in their area, and then they see something in the visual indicators. So this room, if you come, you can have everything together. So there's definitely, it improves the efficiency. focus, because when everything is in one room, we can collaborate, we can discuss, we can have all the points on the same room, and we can quickly focus on the right problems and issues. So yes, and you can even invite a customer and show that the whole journey map and everything in that room. Everything is in one room. Then collaboration, definitely, when all the product owners, all the scrum master, all the leadership and all the stakeholders will be in one room and checking all the artifacts, that will increase a collaboration. But you can say that why can't we do it any other room? The any other room is not set up for this, like for solving any particular goal which we're trying to achieve, right? So we take a goal and then we set that room according to that goal. So I'll show you a lot of examples from the real life also, and from my own projects as well. So benefits of Obeya, I just explained: efficiency, focus, and collaboration. These things. So it definitely brings efficiency and focus and collaboration because everything is there in one room. Now the fourth slide is elements of Obeya room. So what contains in Obeya room? So majorly Obeya room actually works like we usually have a four wall room, right? So when you enter a room, Jay, can you see the screen? Elements of Obeya room?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sure.
Okay. So when you enter a room, you first, like if you're going clockwise, so first of all you see the roadmap of a roadmap or on the wall, and which contains a lot of all the squads and or scrum teams and their epics or features, the big things. We don't want to go in on a user story level in that scenario. We just want to keep it bigger strategic objectives or epics like that there. And then the second wall, you go and you check the dependencies and blockers. If any squad has dependencies on any other squad, that will be there. And then you go turn around the third wall, and then there is performance indicators like the burn down charts, velocity, and OKRs and KPIs, or anything which any other matrices which help you in your particular goal. And then the fourth one is the actions tracker, action wall, where you can put, or improvements wall you can say, where you have the actions on other squad members, the POs or leads, or on the management, which you want some actions to be answered by them. So like that. So it's like a plan, do, check, action, but that is depicted on a wall. So here majorly we call it a roadmap wall, dependency blocker wall, performance wall, or action wall. But there are many companies which are using different wall names also, like a strategy, hotspot, teams, and then learning wall, like that. And for a design sprint, you can then define it to different names as well. So for a manufacturing company, they have used it in a different other way. So like that, there are various ways you can use that wall, and indicate what you want to solve. So that is the wall you can set up. And then third, another element is that what all ceremonies or what are events where you can use the Obeya. So Scrum of Scrum, definitely you can use, and I'll show you the example also. And then there is a sprint review or management updates. For those kind of meeting, the strategic management update, you can use Obeya room. The demos. So we, as in Mashrak, we use for demos also, we use that particular wall. And then the tribe stand up. So basically the Scrum of Scrum, and all the product owners and the Scrum masters, and all the expert leads like infra or DevOps leads, or UI UX lead, like those. Everybody can be together and then do a stand up or collaboration meeting there. So now I'll show you quickly the examples. I am on the roadmap wall. Can you see, Jay, that screen?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay, so roadmap wall, I'm just giving one quick example, okay, here that, so this is for example, we call these squads instead of scrum teams in Mashruq, so I'm just calling it squad. Do let me know if anybody has any confusion between these. So just randomly I have kept the names like cards, KYC, DTR, CASA, it could be any team, team 1, team 2, team 3, like that. And then they're showing current sprint, +1 sprint, epics of +1 sprint, +2 sprints, +3 to 6 sprint, and backlog. So in that particular wall, it has all the quick epics there, and anybody who's not even familiar, if goes that into that room, he will have a quick view of all the epics which any Scrum team is working on. So that's there. Then I am showing you the example of dependency wall. So there's the same squad like cards has dependency on KYC. So they put some sticky note in the KYC box. And if CASA has some dependency on cloud team, so they put something here in this box, so that when you are walking around, you will know that CASA has dependency on cloud on this thing. And we use particular chits. You can use a simple yellow sticky notes which we use, or you can have a template also. So I'll show you the template also, how we are using that here. And then there's this action board where what squad is doing, what tribe is doing, and what leadership is doing here. So tribe is nothing but we have like 6-7 squad teams and 6-7 expertise team which we are using. So all of that comprise a tribe, or we call a scaled scrum, whatever you want to call in your organization, like that. So and then there could be some actions on leadership as well. So that comes here. So now I'll show you the real life example, okay? So this is actual Mashruq wall which we are using. So this says journey squads. I am on the roadmap wall again, and it is now showing journey squads, and I have divided into channel squads. So channels are say web and mobile and tablet. So those journeys are here, and then these squads names are here. So they have put in the current sprint, +1 sprint, +2 sprints here. You can see that. The red sticky notes are the normal epics and features. The green sticky notes says that it is a milestone. So milestone is going to come in say sprint 1, +1 sprint, like next sprint. Okay, then some like in the next 6 months there's one milestones coming. So that squad has put the green sticky here. So like that. So you can show everything on physically on that board. Okay. Now example of dependency wall. So dependency wall, this has dependency and blocker. We have divided this into two. All the squads name at one side. Then to do, doing, and done, which shows what are things which are in doing. People are working on it, and what are the things which are done, even in dependency and the blocker. And then next SOS or next week when you go into it, you will update it or change it. Or this is actually a real time things which product owners do it. So here I am using the blue sticky notes here just to bifurcate the dependencies and blocker from the usual epics. So people has put in some of the epics also here to show that this epic is now blocked due to whatever reason. Okay. So I'm not going into detailed definitions. Basically, you all know that dependency and blocker wall actually contains the blockers and dependency on different squads or different teams, or on the management also. You can put even that also. Okay. Now the performance wall. Performance walls is basically visual indicator which we anyways use in Scrum, and where we are showing all the OKRs, burn down charts, velocity, and all the milestones as well. So this I have divided in 4 different parts, like milestones, which every squad is putting milestone. Then the dashboards, if they want to show anything on dashboard, what is the numbers, what is the customer, we use NES, net easy score, how easy is a journey for a customer, and how, so they give score from 1 to 5 and how much a squad is getting that. So that also published here. and then the OKRs, how much you achieved, what was the target and how much you achieved. I'll show you the example as well. And then OKRs here, and then velocity and burn down. Then so basically this velocity and burn down, which you putting that there. And this is the example of OKRs. One of the squad I taken, CASA, for example, they had the target for net easy score, say 80%, and they achieved 93%. So it's already all orange. And say STP rate, which is straight through process. So target was 75% and they achieved 29%. So it's still lot to achieve. But if they put this there, it will be very easy for management to understand that what is happening. Okay, then action wall, where all the actions in doing and done is here. So this is the actual wall picture where I'm putting the squad's name here, and then first ticket is for the management. So there might be some actions for the management, which is also visible on the wall, and everybody knows like what are the action management is doing. So this is very transparent thing, and everything is on the walls. Okay, now how do you set up this OBR room? Okay, so basically you need these labels, and it is a bit of effort, but once you set it up, it is easy to for a rhythm. So you will achieve a rhythm after you first set it up, and everybody has their own action. So every product owner or a scrum master has the job to do in this where that the putting the charts on there, and putting the epics and all those things, which is not very difficult. Once you set it up, it's easy to do it, but the benefits are way too good to for this effort actually. So basically I'm just quickly putting some steps, like make sure you get leadership's buy-in from the start, because if leadership is not involved in this, it won't be of any use, right? So make sure you get a big room with walls available to put visuals element into it, and then agree on the availability of go-to persons. So all the product owners or the scrum masters or the leads, you should have the you should know when they are available, and you set up the meetings and cadence accordingly. So that's what I've written. Then agree on the rhythm and routine as soon as possible. Put the calendar cadence. Plan a kickoff session that everybody knows whatever we're doing, why we are doing. So that kickoff session is very important. Okay, and start co-locating so that meeting can take face to face, because this has to happen in a physical form. Now after COVID, we have actually turned into a virtual OBR room as well, which I'll show you. But this is traditionally is a physical room which you set up. Okay, now the sticky notes which I talk about is here is the sample. Jay, can you see the sample slide?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So the red sticky notes which I show you is basically the title of the epic or the feature, and the description, owning squad, who owns this squad. So they'll just write their name like CASA, and the start date, end date, Azure or Jira ID if you want to put that, and the size, the story points if you want to put that, and then the progress, like how much have we achieved, 50%, 60%, 80%, 100%, like that. This is for the milestone, and this is for the risk impediment dependency. So this way you're using, but fairly fine if you use yellow or the whatever color sticky notes you want to use. That is also absolutely fine. But we have used this, we have just placed it, and then we took the printouts, and it's easier to use and bifurcate what is what. Okay, this is a very famous picture. Whenever you search for Obeya, you get in Google. And what it shows, so I thought that I'll include it as well, just to quickly show you, because this is from the Toyota, and then they're showing that what are the objectives you want to achieve. Okay, and so they want to create this prototype. Okay, and what are the objectives you want to achieve, what is the expected output, what are the matrices, like a performance wall I showed you, and the action board, what are the actions on whom, like who's gonna do what, that you put. And then you decompose those action into smaller chunks. And then the issue board actually has issues and major risk which you want to discuss with management. So you put everything together, and then you discuss that in one room, and you actually stand and go one wall by one wall. Okay, So I'll show you. This is the actual example, actual meeting happening in my office. Mashraf, the same photo I showed you here is one of the PO stand from his seat and actually showing that this is where I am right now, and this is what I'm going to do in sprint 3 to 6, or in my backlog. This is the major thing is upcoming, and this is the milestone. Then he will walk around to this wall and show about dependencies and blocker. And then this is the performance wall. So this was a very big room, so we actually divided the space into actions and blockers and performance, and this side is the actions wall. Okay, so this is actual meeting happening, and this is the other side of the room. So this time actually very big audience was there, and we were discussing things. So this is the action wall, and this is there is a projector also here. Okay, then I am showing you another example of a wall of from another bank. So this is example of another bank, the sprint, the roadmap wall. Okay, this is the performance wall example. This is the risk, so you can even put risk also. So I have in my company, I just put the action and blockers. You can put the risk also. This is another example from different bank. Okay, now this is all that is the physical room. I quickly want to talk about the virtual OBR room. So this I'm just showing the photo, but so how do you convert a virtual room? Because in work from home situation and in COVID time, we couldn't do it the OBR room thing, right? So we transform that into a virtual room. Now quickly I'll show you in the without much of a text, but I'll show you the pictures. So what we did is we created the roadmaps for all these squads in Azure DevOps. So in my company, I used Azure DevOps instead of Jira. I have used Jira earlier also, but in Mashrak we are using Azure. So I'm giving you example of Azure only, but this can be done in Jira very easy. Okay, so I have divided all these squads into different roadmaps. So here building blocks roadmap, channel squads, chapter leads, expertise teams, journey squads. So all of this is there. Okay. Now if you see this photo, the everything was on the wall. I had kept it here. So there's like you can, if you can read cards team, then KYC, then CASA, SME servicing, all those epics and features we have actually put it in a Azure board. And if you, this is in a collapse view, if I expand, this will show us the we can see epics. So now every time now a product owner of a, or a scrum master of a cards team will come and then just talk about the epics and the view. So it shows like June, July, August, September, October, and it can tell you the end of year view as well here. It's very easy, and it's all converted in virtual OBR. So I am here showing you example of a expanded view where epic is showing here and the feature is here. Okay, and then I'm showing you very good feature of a milestone. So now for example, there is a date where 3 or 4 squads are going live together, and management wants to know about it. How will they know? So basically all the milestones, somewhere they could see all the milestones at one place. So here these green buttons we have put in 3 milestones. So for example, on 30th of April, MOM, SME and CASA, 3 teams went live with different releases. So if they just click on first this round button, they'll know who's going when. And if there is like very big release where 5 teams going together, so they know this is an important day, and they have to they have to like keep some time for any testing or anything for that, right, to see and how it went live and all those things. So this gives management a very good view. Now this is the virtual dependency and blocker sheet which I'm using. So I'm just giving you example of CASA, which is showing what are the dependencies on what person and what are the blockers. So this is also converted into this. Then comes the performance wall. So the OKRs which you saw on that wall is actually here as well. So this is directly they are showing in the in that Azure as well, and they can use Teams also. So, and they are showing recap what went where and what is going to be in different like for example in July, something like that. Okay, then okay, this is I'm showing another example of different OBR rooms. Okay, so this is like you have a weekly plan, macro plan, key matrices, which is a performance room, and documentation, problem solving wall. So here you actually put a problem, like what is you want to solve, and then accordingly you put the artifacts. So what I have showed you example of a general tribe level view for a management, but any problem, like I told you the strategy, or the learning wall, like that you can create any kind of wall and then go through that. Now even virtually also you can do that. Okay, another example of Obeya, this is from Toyota, and then this is another team going through real time going through the Obeya room and talking about some problems, some design sprints going on like that, and this is another example. So I am open for question and answer, and this is all about Obeya. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello.
Thank you. So it was wonderful. So basically, what is the importance of this the Scrum, yeah, as well as for this OBR room? So both are different, or it is related with the same concept?
Sorry, Obeya and what
And
is the
Scrum.
Oh, yeah. So Obeya is another part of Scrum. It's a visual management. So for anything you can use that. Scrum is a framework, right? So within Scrum, or like here I'm using really using the Scrum terms. I'm using more of a Spotify terms, but because we have a hybrid system in Mashrak. So I mean, Obeya is just a visual management here. Whether you do virtually, whether you do physically, you can use it anywhere. Within Scrum, within Kanban, within XP, within Lean. It is part of Lean basically. It originated from Lean, but you can use it anywhere. Does
Okay.
that answer your question?
Yeah. Okay. And basically, which are the company that are been using the OBR room? So in terms of India, so yeah. So if I have a small company, Miss SE, it's a small enterprises business. So at that business, can I use OBR rooms type of concept, or just Scrum only, or a Kanban?
No, no, of course you can use it anytime. Like you can, the smaller or bigger, you can use it even for the small this thing. So for example, you take the example of war rooms, right? In most of the time, the Scrum team uses a war room. Where what is in the war room? We usually have our daily stand-up board, right? Either we are if we are using the physical board, we will put the team's name and days, weekdays, and then put the task into that, right? And we using that. That is a smaller part of bigger room. So basically, when you can use that as a starting point, and I think most of the people are using in Scrum or Kanban these things. But for visualizing, for example, if I am want to launch a product, so launching a product, if I want to place it somewhere on the board, that this is what I am right now, I am here, these are my numbers, these are my matrices, this is my competitors doing, these are my USPs, these are my strategic objectives, and this is the risk I am facing right now, and how will I solve it. So all those things putting on a wall gives you everything at one place. You will be looking everything at one place, and then it gives you and all the other stakeholders, if you invite them in that room, view of how can you achieve it more, very quickly and collaboratively. that opens up your mind, it opens up your ideas, so you can basically brainstorm with those visuals. So that
Okay.
definitely helps. It doesn't matter you're doing in a big company or a small company.
Okay. So we have got one question. Which room is more easier and flexible, the physical one or the virtual board?
More flexible. Actually, more flexible. Both are flexible, but I have seen from my own experience that people use more okay to use virtual OBR room than the physical room, because then there are two things, right? There is one, you will take printouts, you will be spending money on ink and printer and that effort, and the second is that you will be pasting it somewhere, and that has to be updated. If it is not updated, there's no point in creating that room itself, right? So the information has to be updated. Now we, in virtual thing, you can update it anytime, right? But for a physical board, you have to take an effort and do it. So definitely a little bit more flexible is the virtual OBR room, I would say.
Okay, okay, thank you. So, if there is any question for this presentation about OBR room, so you can type on the QA panel. So she will be telling at the last of these two presentation. So yeah, thank you very much for
Thanks
coming
a
to
lot,
Tech Pavilion.
everyone. I hope
Yeah,
I'm able to help in some way. Yeah.
yeah. It was nice and it was very beneficial. And thanks for coming to Tech Pavilion Nepal Series 19.